Community Bank all in Clinton. Maroa Ag north of Maroa. The State Bank of Bement, in Bement, and Monticello. Hennings Equipment Company near Assumption. Jenner Precision at Fairbury. And the McLean County Farm Bureau.
News time 12 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Tuesday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 7 o'clock newscast. Engineering firms are an essential part of the permitting process when it comes to wind and solar farms, and DeWitt County is looking to spread out who they use. Agreements with Cummins Engineering for two separate solar applications were on the agenda for Monday night's DeWitt County Land Use Committee meeting. However, committee chair Buck Carter feels they should not accept the first bid they received.
Listed on the agreement is an engineering agreement with Cummins. There's two of them there, and before we do anything with these, I have a concern where we're at here. These two rolled in, there probably might be others that's out there. And when I look at these, I'm not too sure what the cost estimate is. We should have more than one bid. I think it's inappropriate for us just to go seek a supplier or a contractor, whatever you want to call them, and agree to their price without having a secondary price from somebody else. But I had asked, and I know that the Chastain Engineering is somewhat interested. I think Dee had contact with engineering people there when they were doing the courthouse for that. If they contact them and see if they're interested in submitting a bid, possibly others, if any of you have a suggestion of other engineering firms. But I think we should have at least two prices before we recommend a bid.
The purpose of having an engineering firm involved when solar applications are submitted is so experts can review and approve the construction plans. The process is lengthy but necessary. Chris Hammer is concerned that Cummins could become overwhelmed if they are to be approved for every application, and feels that would be much better. It would be much better to spread the work out with multiple firms.
I would love to have numerous bids on anything, just because it's so easy for somebody to know they're the only one, and you hope it's in good faith, but yeah, it's sometimes I've had people ask me about this, not this, but say about, these projects are going on, who all bids and this, and I don't know all of it, but I've been checking, which I text John a couple times about a few things too. And I would feel a lot safer with more than one myself.
Yeah. I don't know about giving, say, 2 or 3 projects for one engineering firm. Because
what if they can't get everything done? That's a lot
to cover.
Yeah. So maybe it is smart to get 2 or 3 just to, sometimes we'll have to pay a little more for just to spread it out too, but it'll be worth it then.
Carter decided no action would be taken on the agreements with Cummins at the meeting, and County Administrator Dee Rentmeister would seek out other potential firms before the county board meeting next week. The annual May Days Festival is this weekend in downtown Clinton. Janice Peterson is the executive director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce, and on the WHOW Morning Show Monday told Regional Radio they have 4 days of great family fun planned in Clinton.
Starts Thursday night. We will have the flag ceremony. Rides will open Thursday night. And then Friday, the vendors will open. Some food trucks will open. The carnival will be open. Friday night is the Thespians sing-off. They moved it from Thursday to Friday this year. So come up and enjoy some amazing talent. These kids are fabulous, and it's fun to listen to. Like, again, with all the rides. And then Saturday, we have the rides, of course, at the carnival, all the food trucks, all the vendors. We have a petting zoo from noon to 4, which was a big hit last year. A lot of people missed it. So we want to make sure that they know it's noon to 4, that the animals can't stay out too much when it's so hot. So we'll have that. And then at 7 in the evening, we will have Sojourn Rocks, a band from Mattoon. And of course, the rides will be still going on, all the food trucks, all the vendors. And then Sunday, we will just have the carnival vendors and food trucks. It'll be a good, fast weekend.
Pre-sale wristband tickets for the carnival are on sale until Thursday after 3 p.m. Peterson says this is a great deal that gives you access to as many rides within the carnival as you want. A very popular event within May Days is the Clinton High School Thespians Sing-Off, which Peterson indicates is moving to Friday night. She hopes that will get more people out to participate. A concern for Peterson and the chamber at this point is they need volunteers volunteers for the ticket booths. In years past, Second Chance for Pets has coordinated the volunteer efforts for that, but they pulled out of it last year. Peterson says this is a vital part of May Days taking place. Again, May Days is Thursday through Sunday in downtown Clinton. Learn more by finding the chamber on Facebook. Good news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Imagine having more days of perfect weather, a combine that's more powerful, or even more soybean bushels per acre at harvest. With Revitec fungicide, you don't have to imagine that last one, because it's proven to deliver up to 9.5 more soybean bushels per acre than the competition. With results like that, it's easy to see why Revitec fungicide is the #1 recommended fungicide by soybean farmers. Visit Revitec.com and talk to your BASF retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Clinton beat the Weather and El Paso Gridley 5-4 in non-conference high school baseball action on Monday in Clinton. With the weather bearing down on Clinton, the game was shortened after 5 innings and the Maroons in the lead. The Titans took an early lead, scoring 3 runs in the top of the third, but Clinton responded in the bottom half when Ryan Pine singled, driving in Jackson Reynolds, making the score 3-1. Clinton added another run in the bottom of the fourth when Jack Manning single scored a run and closed the gap to 3-2. Reynolds went 1 for 2 with a double, while Pine was 1 for 3, driving in 1. Jack Manning was 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Colton Walker scored a run, going 1 for 2. Manning earned the win on the mound for Clinton, going 5 innings and allowing 4 runs on 7 hits with 5 strikeouts. Clinton evens its record at 15-15. They travel to Maroa Forsyth to Forsyth to take on Maroa Forsyth on Tuesday. Chance Payne and Luke Martin drove in 3 runs apiece, leading Mount Pulaski past Buffalo Tri-City in non-conference high school baseball action on Monday in Buffalo. Martin led the Hilltoppers attack, going 3 for 4 with a double, a stolen base, and 3 RBIs, while Payne finished 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. Liam Smith was 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Chase Roberts pitched 4 strong innings, allowing 4 hits and no runs while striking out 7 and walking 1 to earn the win. Mount Pulaski goes to 18-4 overall. They will host Havana on Wednesday. A 3-run 4th inning propelled Normal Community over Bloomington 4-2 in Big 12 Conference high school baseball action Monday at Normal Community High School. The rally began with Brady Burkhart doubling on a line drive to right field. Then Luke Beatty hit a hard ground ball and reached on an error by the shortstop, scoring Andrew Nauer to tie the game at 2. The go-ahead and eventual winning run scored when Kyle Beatty singled on a pop fly to right field. An error by the right fielder on the play allowed both Beatty and Burkhart to score, giving the Ironmen a 4-2 lead. Gavin Swartz pitched a strong 6 innings for Normal Community, allowing 2 earned runs on 6 hits and striking out 8. Luke Beatty pitched a scoreless final inning to secure the win. Kyle Beatty was 1 for 3 with an RBI, while Burkhart was 1 for 3 with a double to lead the Ironmen. With the loss, Bloomington drops to 18-11 overall and 11-6 in the Big 12 Conference. Normal Community is 27-4 overall. They officially clinched the Big 12 championship with their win on Monday, going to 16-1 in the conference. It's their 2nd consecutive Big 12 Conference title. The 2 teams play again Wednesday at Bloomington High School. Monticello did not get a chance to try for a comeback in a 3-0 loss to Effingham St. Anthony in a rain-shortened non-conference high school baseball game in Monticello Monday. The game, originally slated to be played in Effingham, was moved to Monticello due to wet field conditions in Effingham. However, a brief but strong rainstorm forced the game to be called off after 4 innings. Ike Young allowed 3 runs. 1 was earned across 4 innings for the Sages. The Illinois commit struck out 1 and walked 2, permitting 5 hits. Eli Kraft, Colton Vance, and Cole Basak had hits for Monticello. The Sages are 24-5 overall. They will visit Clinton on Wednesday. Hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Argenta Oriena answered a grand slam by Okaw Valley, but the Timberwolves answered the Bombers 4 runs with another 4 for an 8-4 win in Lincoln Prairie Conference High School baseball action Monday in Bethany. Dalton Vanisdahl hit a grand slam in the bottom of the second inning for Okaw Valley. The Bombers were able to get all 4 back in its half of the third, but the Timberwolves responded with another 4 and blanked the Bombers the rest of the way. MJ Hall was touched up for 8 runs. 4 were earned over 3 innings for Argenta Oriena. He was also 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Landon Jackson, Carson West, and Lucas Camfield drove in runs in the Bombers' 4-run third. Carter Logue was 2 for 3 with a triple for Argenta Oriena. The Bombers are 12-9 overall and 7-2 in the Lincoln Prairie Conference. They visit Warrensburg Latham on Tuesday. Normal West mustered just 1 hit in a 5-0 shutout at the hands of Peoria Richwoods on Monday in Big 12 Conference High School baseball action in Normal. Torrin DeLary recorded the lone hit for the Wildcats. Normal West drops to 19-10 overall and 13-4 in the Big 12. They'll try to avenge Monday's loss on Wednesday at Richwoods. Isabella Beery raced around the bases on a single that featured 2 errors and propelled Monticello over Olympia 5-2 in non-conference high school softball from Stanford Monday. Cassidy Stoffel singled to start the 6th inning with the score tied at 2. Beery singled to right field. Daisy Coy, running for Stoffel, took third on an error, allowing Beery to take second. Another error allowed both Coy and Beery to score, putting the Lady Sages ahead 4-2. Beery added an insurance run for Monticello with an RBI single in the top of the 7th. She finished 3 for 4 with an RBI. Stoffel was 2 for 4 with an RBI, while Ashley Stiverson and Lucy Leatherwood each drove in a run. Thea Key was 1 for 4 with a double. The Lady Sages go to 23-5 overall. They visit Mahomet Seymour today. Fisher took down Blue Ridge 8-4 in non-conference high school softball action from Fisher on Monday. Presley Hardesty hit a solo home run to start the 3rd inning for the Lady Knights, getting them on the board, but Blue Ridge struggled to string together hits, managing just 5 in the game. Hardesty was 1 for 3 with a home run, while Macy Laidley was 2 for 2. Ellie Schleeper pitched for Blue Ridge, going 6 innings, allowing 8 runs. 6 were earned on 4 hits and struck out 6. She also walked 6. With the loss, Blue Ridge is 11-10 overall. They'll host Sullivan today. Mahomet Seymour took down Hayworth 8-3 in non-conference high school softball action Monday from Hayworth. After falling behind 2-0, Grace Streams doubled on a line drive to right field, driving in Natalie Kopp and Palin Williams to tie the score at 2. Mahomet Seymour responded with more runs to retake the lead and secure the win. Kopp led the Lady Hornets going 2 for 3, while Streams had a double and 2 RBIs. Haley Rogers also contributed a hit with a run scored. Kopp went the distance for Hayworth and Circle, taking the loss. The Lady Hornets dropped to 9-16 overall. They will host Decatur St. Teresa on Wednesday. Mason Wynn homered in the 7th inning to help the Cardinals beat the Phillies 3-2 Monday night for their 9th consecutive win. Yvonne Herrera went deep for St. Louis. Lars Nootbaar had 2 of the Cardinals' 5 hits. The game was tied at 2 when Wynn hit a 2-out drive to left center off Matt Stram. Kyle Leahy pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings for the win. JoJo Romero escaped a jam in the 8th, and Ryan Helsley recorded his 8th save with a 1-2-3 9th. Christopher Sanchez struck out 8 in 6 innings for Philadelphia. He allowed 2 runs and 4 hits. The Cardinals jumped in front in the 4th. Nolan Arenado walked, advanced to 2nd on Wilson Contreras' fly ball, and reached 3rd on a wild pitch. He scampered home when Pedro Pajes bounced to 3rd for a fielder's choice. Arenado was originally called out on Contreras' fly to center, but the call was overturned by video review after it was challenged by the Cardinals. The Phillies got the run back in the bottom half. JT Realmuto doubled and scored when Arenado bobbled Edmundo Sosa's infield single to 3rd. Herrera hit his 5th homer in the 6th, but the Phillies answered again in the bottom half. Ray Almuto drove in Kyle Schwarber with a fielder's choice. Romero replaced Leahy with runners on first and second. He retired Bryson Stott on a fly ball to left, ending the 8th inning. Kyle Schwarber extended his on-base streak to 47 games with a leadoff single in the 6th. Sonny Gray starts on Tuesday for the Cardinals. Jesus Luzardo pitches for the Phillies. Dansby Swanson and Saya Suzuki homered in the 5th inning, helping the Cubs beat the Marlins 5-2 Monday night. Miguel Amaya went 3 for 3 for Chicago. Kyle Tucker hit an RBI triple. The NL Central leaders had dropped 4 of 5. Cubs right-hander Colin Ray allowed 2 runs and 6 hits in a season-high 6 2/3 innings. Ray was replaced by Daniel Palencia after Derek Hill hit a 2-run homer for Miami. Palencia got 4 outs before Drew Pomeranz handled the 9th for his first save since 2020. Last place Miami lost for the 12th time in 15 games. Marlins right-hander Cal Quantrill was charged with 3 runs and 4 hits in 4 1/3 innings. The Cubs grabbed the lead in the 5th. Nico Horner singled and scored on Dansby Swanson's ninth homer, a drive to left center field. Tucker tripled home Amaya, and Suzuki followed with his 10th home run off Anthony Veneziano. Hill returned on Monday after missing 22 games with a sprained left wrist. Miami put runners on with 2 outs in the 9th, but Connor Norby reached on a pinch hit single, but Pomeranz struck out Hill looking. The Cubs entered with a National League leading 233 runs, but they had scored 2 or fewer runs in 4 of their previous 7 games. Miami right-hander Valenti Belazzo faces Cubs right-hander Ben Brown on Tuesday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of severe weather coverage on all of WHOW's platforms on AM, FM, and its audio stream, as well as on WEZC, your easy choice for soft hits 95.9 FM. From wind, rain, or even snow, you'll be in the know with severe weather information 24/7. When severe weather breaks out, we break in anytime with what you need to know to keep your family safe. Brought to you exclusively by ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties, your fire and water restoration specialists.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Inflation cooled in